Bienvenue à cet épisode médiéval qui est consacré à Skyrim et c'est pour ça qu'on s'est mis dans nos armures de soirée.
With each Elder Scrolls, we sort of start over from scratch, and with this one, we knew we could get a lot more out of the Xbox. After doing Oblivion and then Fallout, there's a lot of tricks we learned for the hardware. So we ended up doing we have an all-new animation system, an all-new user interface, new render. So basically, everything's sort of new and sort of brings it to life in a new way.
Grâce à l'engine création, vous pouvez aller où vous voulez. Vous pouvez aller sur chaque call que vous voyez, et donc ça c'est vraiment extraordinaire.
What we've always done with all the role-playing, all the Elder Scrolls games, the sort of open world, go where you want, be where you want.
You can walk all the way to the top of that mountain, and it's a huge world. Like our previous games, you can create any kind of character you want and then go do what you want.
And the world sort of reacts to that, and there's tons of stuff to discover, places to go, things to find, over 150 different dungeons, and then the return of dragons, so it just sort of makes this giant playground where you can do whatever you want for hundreds of hours.
Les développeurs se sont fait des idées sur le menu, et maintenant il est encore plus rangé que jamais.
This is your character menu. Here you can see all your items, not just what they do stat-wise, but also what they look like. Each of the thousands of objects you can find can be zoomed in, rotated, and looked at in high detail. With the skills menu, you look to the heavens, and here you can see all of your skills, how they're progressing, and as your skills increase, you'll push yourself to leveling up. The higher the skill, the more it affects your level progress. And when you level up, you get to pick a perk. Each of these skills has its own perk tree. As you develop your character, it's like the game is drawing this custom constellation for who you are. Lastly, we have the map, and we're just going to pull the camera back here and show you how the level of detail system works in the game. We're just rendering the whole world.
Les fans de l'Oblivion ont été déçus parce qu'il n'y avait pas de dragons. Mais ici dans Skyrim, ils sont de retour. Maintenant, vous pouvez les combattre et ils ont aussi d'autres fonctions importantes dans le jeu.
Dragons have been gone from the Elder Scrolls games all along, and this is the return of dragons to the Elder Scrolls world. So basically they're a key part of the story. The main character is Dovahkiin. He's dragonborn. So when you start off the game, the world's being torn apart by the dragons, and you come to realize you're special, and you can actually learn the language of the dragons. It's the dragon's shout, and you're the one who has to help to figure out and banish the world of the dragons again. So they're a key part of the story.
Grâce à la nouvelle équipe qui a créé les 150 donjons dans le jeu, il y a toujours quelque chose à faire. Et Matt Carafano, qui est le art director du jeu, va nous dire quelque chose dessus.
With Skyrim, we've come up with something we sort of internally call epic reality. And what that means to us is it's dramatic views wherever you go. With every landscape region in the game, we try to make it look amazing and unique. But definitely the landscape overall is something that we're pushing to get you that sense of epic reality where you really are amazed at this world you're walking through. Well, most of the ideas for the game honestly start taking root here in this room. We have everything drawn from creatures to weapons to landscape, dungeons, everything. It's all in here. We've done more concepts for this game than we have any other game we've ever worked on. We have lots of fun meetings in here where we're trying to figure out how everything looks and is going to work in the game. And it's we all sort of work together on it. Ray will be drawing something, and then Todd and some of the designers and I will sit down with them and try and figure out what we want to do and how it's going to work in the game. But we really like to plan out as much stuff as we can, as early as we can, so it makes it clearer for the team and what we're going to end up making. If we don't have clear concepts, a lot of times we find we'll go off in the wrong direction or spend a lot of wasted time on something that if we had a really strong image in the beginning, we would have nailed it right away.
Le système de combat est très simple à comprendre. Vous pouvez mettre des armes ou des sorts dans les mains, comme un couteau ou un micro, et avec les boutons LT et RT, vous pouvez vous combattre.
Our big motto for Skyrim is you are who you play. So whatever you have in your hands, whatever you're using, you're going to get better at, and then you're going to level up. The right trigger does your right hand, and the left trigger does your left hand. And you could put either a weapon or a spell. You can also dual wield spells. And what's really cool here is, if you put the same spell in both hands and pull both triggers, you can get a bigger, more powerful version of that spell.
Je vous ai parlé des dragons, de système de combat, parce que Toby ne sait pas parler le français.
Dragon.
Mais oui. Mais il reste beaucoup d'autres choses comme les monstres, tout l'équipement qui existe dans Skyrim. Et donc, allez acheter le jeu ou vous gagnez le jeu Skyrim avec un peu de chance en répondant à cette question. Combien de donjons existent dans Skyrim? Sinon, allez sur notre groupe Xbox Suisse pour encore plus d'informations sur le jeu. Et à bientôt. Ah! Ah, dat is wel meevolgen.
Oh ja, dat is afschudden. Tut mir leid. Oh.